First off, the calls that we get tend to be pretty significant injuries. It's a difficult job. You're exposed to the potential for harm. So it's very important that you get taken care of properly through the Pennsylvania Workers' Compensation System, which provides payment for medical bills and wage loss benefits. And there are a few other benefits that might come into play depending on the severity of injury. One of the key things that we see is a lot of the employees in this field are not Pennsylvania residents. They come in from other states. They travel around wherever that particular drilling is happening, job to job. There is jurisdiction in Pennsylvania under the Workers' Compensation Act for any injury that occurs in the state of Pennsylvania. Doesn't matter what your residency is. If the injury happens in Pennsylvania, you have a Pennsylvania workers' compensation claim. You could also have a claim in another state. So if you were employed by a company that's based in Dallas, Texas, and they send you up to Pennsylvania to do some work, you could potentially also have a claim under the Texas workers' compensation law. But 100%, one of the clearest laws we have is if the injury occurs in the state of Pennsylvania, then it is a Pennsylvania workers' compensation claim. The other unique aspect of that sort of traveling employee concept is that we see a lot of times the individual wants to get back home for treatment. They want to go see their own doctors. If they have an orthopedic injury and they had a prior orthopedic incident, they want to see that doctor. And we also see that the employer wants the injured employee to stay in Pennsylvania, and they'll sometimes even put them up in a hotel room so that they can, at least for the first 90 days after the injury, control that medical treatment with the doctors that they have on their panel list. That's one of the biggest contentions we see early on in these kind of claims. It's important to know that the panel list becomes very important. First off, the employer has to provide the panel list. And secondly, the specialty that the individual is looking for needs to be listed on that panel list. If not, they can go treat with whoever they want to and have the bill sent to workers' compensation for payment. And it's important to know as well, you can always get treatment with any doctor you want to. It's just a matter of payment. So if there's an orthopedic doctor on the panel list and you decide you want to travel home, or even if you're a Pennsylvania resident and you want to see your orthopedic doctor, you can go see that doctor, but the insurance company will not be responsible to pay that bill within that first 90 days. So don't let it be a restriction on treatment and who you go treat with, but just know you need to have another source of payment. And health insurance might reject the bill as well because it is based on a work injury. These are important factors, but I always advise my clients that you want to treat with who you're comfortable with and you worry about the payment on the back end, and as opposed to going to a doctor that your employer sends you to that's probably not looking out for your best interest. They're on the panel list for a reason. So if you run into any of these types of issues, give us a call to O'Connor Law and we can talk to you about it.